Hello guys, you're watching the Crypto Dealers YouTube channel. My name is Rudian and today my guest is Rene Bernard, a known figure in NEM ecosystem and CEO and founder of LuxTag, a project that makes clients use NEM blockchain for real.
Yes, hello, hi, nice to meet you. Thanks for the good introduction. Pleasure to be here.
So I wanna dive right into it and ask you the main question. They really organized an attempt to influence or intervene the voting process? Is that real?
There is now suspicion that somebody with a certain political agenda tried to undermine or influence. But I don't have evidence about this. I am as astonished as possibly you are. We all have to be careful, and most of us, the majority of us, wants the best for NEM, and I think we still have a chance in the next days to really achieve the best for NEM. Let's work on it.
Okay, you're saying in the next days, what do you mean?
In the next days, there is these days of election where the NEM Foundation elects their executive committee members. This is 4 positions plus 6 council members. So 10 positions will be voted in now in the coming days. This is what I mentioned.
We will talk about the voting itself a little bit later. I have questions about that to you separately. Let's talk about this. After the statement by the former president of NEM, this is a quote that he and his project Proxima are fenced off from the NEM Foundation, and the Red and Nimberia chats are too toxic for him because they make him become an enemy. Rumors of hard fork were released in the community. So could you calm our viewers and tell, for example, who has access to the code?
Okay, so regarding the rumors of forks, I am not informed about this, and I can't go into too much detail about this because it's speculations. I'm not aware of any plans for that. And then you mentioned now who has the code base. The code base of the NEM version 1, I call it, public chain. This is the pre-catapult public chain. Yes, this one is still with the NEM core developers who maintain the code base, and let's say that it's not easily possible to create a genesis block or to fork the chain in even in an evil way. It's not easily possible, and I personally don't attempt something don't foresee that such an attempt is realistic now to come. I think that maybe it's even some people spreading rumors just to create more drama. Let's not be too much caught in all the drama now.
So you're saying it's secure enough not to be available for any third party?
Well, you know, like for example, with Ethereum, you can actually easily run your own chains. Very easily, you can run your own private chain, and when you implement it nicely and properly, you can open it up to the public. And if you grow big enough that people believe you and want to use your chain, you can call it whatever, the Super Ethereum or Ethereum X or something like that. And then if people believe you, you can pull them over. In NEM, it's not that easy to do so. Now the focus of all the community is on the NEM Catapult anyhow. NEM Catapult is the new version, which is now the up-to-date new blockchain algorithm with new features, faster, better, the updated one. So NEM version 1 is not a worry at this moment. NEM Catapult, second version, is maybe a worry. And NEM Catapult has been put into a certain stage of open sourcing. So the source code for that one is accessible for the public. And there are components missing which allow it to run as a full public chain, which is mainly this consensus algorithm. Yes, this is not, to my best information, yes, it is not implemented, not able to use Catapult in a public chain installation yet. because there could be conflicts. Consensus solves conflicts of who has the real truth now. But I am not a technical developer now. I might be even saying little inaccuracies here. I'm just mentioning that the NEM version 1 fork is not a worry at the moment, to my understanding, and the NEM version 2 is not ready for the public mainnet launch yet anyhow. And developers are working on improving on this so that the Catapult can launch in a mainnet. But this is the core developers are working on that, and I think that even other parties using the NEM blockchain or building on it are looking into improving the Catapult algorithm to run their own main net or main chain using the Catapult base code. These ones, yes, we see and we will see, but still the NEM main chain, I'm not so worried about forks there.
Okay, and why did you support POI voting?
Well, I think that the NEM blockchain has a wonderful system for doing voting by importance and not only by a count, one person, one vote. This is a nice system for doing voting, which we already used for NEM community funding, approval votings, and for several others. So NEM has this nice system, and now it would have been a nice algorithm to choose POI voting to vote these 10 new NEM Foundation members in. So I would like to see that, but I acknowledge at the same time that legal regulations might restrict from easily doing this. Because you know that at elections, even at political elections, it's not that I am running a very successful business, so my vote counts 3 times more than yours. Yeah, it's not like that. I'm more important, my vote counts more than yours. It's one person, one vote. And so in the NEM blockchain, we have a bit of a different situation, but we still need to comply with the legal regulations. So I support the idea, but on legal implementation, how to do it exactly, I can give you some proposal, what I thought we could do, but anyway, I'm not the legal expert on that. I would like to see it. Okay. Maybe it's not possible.
Okay. Talking about the code and the it's just one more question about the fork. Couldn't they one day, for example, against the results of PI voting, for example, announce a separation of a part of regional organizations from the foundation and the formation of like NEM 2.0 or NEM Gold, for example? Because the people can be, you know, some since as you say, we don't know yet. People can be some from the inside, you know, inside the foundation, inside the team, who might have access to certain things.
Well, I think that inside the NEM ecosystem we have many players, maybe even players around other projects. You call them they. Some of them, these they people, they might have an agenda to support their own projects more than the NEM ecosystem. But this is something what I think is maybe not in benefit of NEM, but if anybody is running his own project, like I am running LuxTag, and you know, I need to look after my own employees first, and yes, NEM is important for me, but I'm running this business here, so it's you know, I need to focus mostly on my little world here. If other people, they are looking more at their projects than at NEM, fine, let them do so. But maybe this could be a danger for the NEM ecosystem if there was a conflict of interest. And because of possible conflict of interest, maybe these people should not be voted into these 10 important positions now. That's how I would carefully say it.
Why many people talk about this, this unity of regional organizations?
Unity of regional organizations? Well,
this unity.
His unity? Sorry?
This unity.
Disunity.
Disunity
It means like
means
a lack of unity.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So people are talking about this lack of unity because this is a fact. Right now, we here in Southeast Asia, we are not too well cooperating with the European chapters of NEM or of the NEM Foundation. There is a bit of an occasional chat sometimes, but the structure seems not to be in place in the best possible manner. Unfortunately, all of us, and I'm saying us like all the NEM ecosystem people, or most of us, are no experts in running a multinational billion-dollar company and then organizing this in the style of of the large companies of the world. This project NEM, similar like other these high-growth blockchain technology platforms, grew from a grassroots movement, from a very loosely knit community around the world, and now this community needs to be put into a structure, into some structure even reflecting normal hierarchical leadership structures with regional leaders, regional teams, and these teams and leaders need to synchronize their approaches and they need to talk to each other and communicate well. This was one of the objectives of the NEM Foundation, set up in 2016, and as I mentioned, maybe most of the people running this were not studied experts in running multinational organizations, so mistakes have been made, not everything went in the best possible way, and now all of us learned. And we really hope that with the rebuild and reboot of the NEM Foundation 2.0, after this voting, things can improve and we can not repeat any of the mistakes which happened before.
So the structure was bad, unprofessional people working at it, and right now we need a new structure, and by voting, electing a new person to basically lead this structure.
Yes, I'm saying so, yes. And the people who will be leading NEM now in this NEM Foundation 2.0, they should be focused on NEM and the NEM ecosystem more than on their own projects, which they might be running on the sideline. Which, for example, is one of the reasons why I am not running now for any council position or executive committee position. I am really needed here in the spot I am fulfilling right now, CEO of LuxTag, and not doing politics.
Yeah. Okay, then can you give me an understanding of your imagination of a NEM community member?
You mean how do I see an optimum? No, like the persona of a NEM community member. Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Well, a NEM community member, we have different levels of these community members. Some are speculators, investors, which can be even little ambassadors. Yes, because you invest into a project, then these investors can go around and market for projects. But this is something what we saw in the early times of cryptocurrency projects, where people supported the projects which they happen to own coins of, and support only in the way like shilling the project.
Please grow.
like supporting in chat groups and whatever, promoting it. But then these projects, this doesn't really work anymore now. In 2018, we can't just go around talking. We need to do actions. So now is this new strategy already even is in the minds of the people. The new breed of community members knows that. They know very well that NATO doesn't work. No action, talk only. Yeah, NATO doesn't work anymore. We need to do something. So the community members nowadays, they are working on the success of the blockchain technology platform they are community member of by creating business links, matchmaking, business opportunities, talking to local media, giving feedback to the core foundation, for example, or to the developers whenever there are bugs. They are picking up the bounty offers which NEM puts out to test software, to report bugs. the community members now are engaged. They are giving feedback and not only talking. And now when you ask for a persona of a community member, this is not limited to male or female, not limited to age, and definitely not to geographic boundaries. We have people from all over the world, and this is one thing what I'm particularly proud of, that we built LuxTag powered by NEM, because we as LuxTag have warriors all over the world interested in supporting us as LuxTag and giving us business opportunities, because they know when they support us, we do a good business, then even the NEM project as a whole can grow because of real businesses in production. So
yes,
it's a supportive environment. This is what the community members nowadays are/should be.
I have two small questions. It's small, and let's try to keep the answers fast. What is the mission of NEM, and how do we, I say we as a community, people that hold NEM and are into this, how do we end up different from others?
How do we end up different from others? You mean from other blockchain technology platforms?
Yeah, from other blockchains, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're asking about the mission of NEM. I am not the right person to do like campaigning now for NEM or for the project. I have been supporting NEM since early 2016, so already almost 3 years, and I don't look much to other projects, but looking at delivering for NEM and this NEM project. And what's the mission of NEM? Somebody should better look it up on the website, what they put now as the mission statement. For myself, it is delivering industry-ready solutions on a secure blockchain platform without giving too many points for failure, like Ethereum and other networks are very open and offer so many options. NEM just focuses very well on the secured things. NEM never had any hiccup since early 2015 when the mainnet launched. So it's a business-ready blockchain platform for distributed, secured data storage and transaction records. But the mission, well, as I said, better look it up on the website to read the exact mission statement. But how do we differ from other projects? I partially answered right now. Reduced feature set, but ready for application. And else the community is a wonderful community of very well connected people around the world. I think the number of speculators is relatively low, and the number of supporters is particularly high in the NEM community at the moment, in contrast to many other projects. So summing up what you said is the project is very secure and very low percentage of failure, plus a very good community which is mostly made out of real supporters than speculators. Yes, you say a very low percentage of failure. I dare to say no failures.
Okay. 0% of failures. Can you tell me now what is wrong with NEM marketing? Everyone talks about it from different sides, but how to strike the balance of the emphasis on technology and mass adoption? How do we balance this?
Okay, so I will put a disclaimer here. What I'm going to tell now is my personal opinion, and it might be wrong. Yes, it's my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion, the previous NEM Foundation tried to save money, not spend too much on marketing and on these shout-outs, on community outreach, and even they were very strict on the path of implementations, delivering, industry partnerships, signing up government contracts, going this direction, which does not necessarily have a very high visibility towards the community. And then creating this visibility for the projects lacked a bit. In my opinion, but when I say there should have been, it sounds like I know better. I think I don't know everything better, but in my opinion, could be nice to have a marketing agency paid with a budget to look after these things. Actually, when I'm saying this, I think they had some marketing responsible person. The website was revamped about a year ago under this NEM Foundation. That was a good move. A few good things happened, but to my understanding, the NEM Foundation has access to quite a good amount of funding and is better to spend this money to grow the community and to grow the available pool of funding, because obviously it is denominated in the ZEM currency. When they do good marketing, the price could grow a bit. Actually, they wouldn't actually lose on dollar value. So in my opinion, it is about spending more in order to have the outreach and to balance nicely between delivering projects and creating buzz about the real delivery.
You're saying more money should have been spent on marketing.
Yeah. Yes.
But what you said, what most of the time was done is going over the world and implementing the blockchain, making businesses use it.
Or setting
instead
up,
making it like visible in media and
yes.
things like that. So it was
so
more.
Yes.
Okay.
There were blockchain center cooperation contracts done, regional representative offices set up. All these things happened, but the buzz which is needed to maintain a good local community was maybe compared to other projects not enough. So I think that NEM focused maybe a bit too much on the industry partnership integrations, system integrator classes to teach them NEM. Maybe a bit too much on that and too little on creating the buzz.
Right now we're having a big problem because significant part of the community does not accept regional leaders that were appointed from the above. And can you give an advice on what should leaders do to change that?
Well, now you are mentioning that the community, local community does not accept their leaders who were appointed from above. And what should the leaders do to improve on this? I think that the community can always suggest to the NEM Foundation and complain that something is not going well here, we need a change. It's not that it is stable and given that a head of country needs to stay head of country or head of region for all the time. So this is a flexible, or I like to say a fluid matter. Things change, and the community has more power altogether than a head of region. Don't forget that. It's thousands of people. Come on, they have a voice which is louder than the one of one person who they cannot cooperate with.
What should people do then? For example, there's a certain country, a certain chat for this country, certain people leading this. If there is, let's say, like 10 or like, I don't know, more than that, people that are not like really, that do not really like the leader, think that he's doing not the right things, how should they reach NEM, basically? How should they let those people above the leader know that this leader is not doing his things right?
So it's important to do it a bit more professional than only shout outs in chat groups. I think the best approach would be to gather these 10, 15 people who really have a serious complaint. Whatever is the problem, please confirm the problem, write it in one chapter on a paper, have 10 people give their names and Telegram names next to this. I don't know, one of them prints it out, signs it, and then this goes as a PDF to the NEM Foundation. And you might even want to send it in copy to me, and I'll try to support and call the right people to push this through, because the Russia and CIS and Ukraine region especially is one of my favorite regions which I really want to support. As you mentioned, I even started to support since 2016 when I was still more politically engaged with NEM. So really, I'm there to support you guys, but I'm not your main contact person. Send it to NEM Foundation, go to nem.foundation or nem.io/foundation is another
official
link.
Email.
Yes, send an email, and please, you can CC myself, get my details from the chat groups. Or I'm all over the place. You can easily find me, contact me, chat me directly, no problem. I'm here to help, and I don't like to see dramas. Recently I heard about dramas between Ukraine and Russia. There were people accusing each other that you Ukrainians and you Russians and something. Hey guys, after all, we are all people, and we are not involved in the conflicts, political things happening.
You're saying conflicts in the community, in the chat, or something like that? Or you mean overall?
It came to my attention that there was even, I think, somebody from Ukraine voiced out concerns towards another Russian brother here, mentioned something like that your people are killing our people, and you came to Crimea and something. Guys, if we start playing this game now, this geopolitical fights, then we don't move anywhere. So please, everybody, forget about these things and move on with the technology, and let the real politicians play their politicians' games. We are NEM. We are a blockchain technology platform. We are all over the world. The geographic boundaries and nationalities should not matter here.
I think those things you could see is not real people. It's mostly like bots or the people who make this, atmosphere between the countries. I think that's not real people. It's just people that want to make hype and earn money.
Well, just to say, I disagree with that. I think no, I don't really think. I saw screenshots. I saw messages being sent from valuable community members. For example, from Ukraine, sent to other community members in Russia, accusing them of war crimes, which obviously they would not be involved in, neither on the one side nor the other. But it's like political agenda behind these things. If anybody hears about such problems, please report it, because this is not acceptable, and nobody should be in a leader position who takes such. Nobody should be, especially in a leader position, who takes who voices out such things.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Let's now talk. This is the last question I have. Let's talk truth here. It's obvious that we are soon going to see a woman as a president of the foundation. What can you wish for the new management of the foundation, except of the things you've already said, that making a new structure and redoing the marketing and cost spendings?
Well, okay, so we need this learning from past mistakes and a rebuild and reboot to achieve the NEM Foundation 2.0. There must be more transparency towards the community, and there must be an engagement with the community. In the past 1.5 years, we saw quite disconnection. They were detached, the foundation, from the community, and this needs to change. It needs to become one. So I think that when we look at these campaign election documents, which are now made accessible, we already see that the people who are now candidates for the positions, all of them have this agenda. All of them see the problems, and they see what the community wants. So I am relatively confident that the right people will now be elected, and in case there should be wrong people elected because of whatever rigged elections or any manipulations, if there should be wrong people elected, then there will be a community shout out for POI voting, repeating the votes, not accepting. And if the community doesn't accept its own foundation, the foundation can't do much. If it's only 10 people, without all the tens of thousands of people all over the world, the community will just start another grassroots movement, and then comes a new movement. So anyway, this foundation will work out nicely, one way or the other.
You're saying POI voting, but the voting process is the way it was done. Do you think it's very effective?
Well, you mean the voting
Do you think
which
it can
was
work
done now?
and really, where you had to sign up, be a pay the amount of money to be able to like vote and things
Yes.
like that. Do you think this kind of this way will really gather like
Yeah.
most of the community
Okay.
to do this?
Yes. So unfortunately, the NEM Foundation, with its members, how we have it right now, and with the interim president, they are not very capable of achieving good things. And one of these not good things is now the election process. Unfortunately, this foundation right now does not have very powerful or influential or even available or very skilled people, well connected to the community to make a smooth election happen. What we saw is not a very nice thing, but we've seen, let's say, we've seen worse things in our lives, right? Like, this is something what was not done in the optimal way. I still give a lot of respect to Christoph, who had a very hard time to run this NEM Foundation now after the sudden leave of Lon Wong, and even then Jeff actually resigned. And even other people didn't give full power to the NEM Foundation because it was just in a waiting position until the real new people go into power. And I'm sorry for the situation which came out now. It's not that it's my fault. It's not that it's Christoph's fault. It's somewhat the fault of the foundation, which was not run very well in the past year. But come on, guys, we'll survive this one. We just put our votes now to the right people, and as I said, if things go wrong, if it doesn't work out, then anyway, we can reattempt a POI. We do a little French Revolution, and we can recapture the castle.
Okay, I think that's a good point. It's pretty positive. A positive end of our talk, of the interview. Thank you, Rene, for this conversation. This was Rene Bernard, a founder and CEO of LuxTag, a project built on NEM blockchain. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button. Comment down below who would you like to see in the next interview. And to see more videos and upcoming interviews, subscribe to the channel. My name is Rudian. You were watching the Crypto Dealers YouTube channel. Bye-bye.